I work in customer's help for a store in my country. We sell all kinds of things from motorcycles to lawnmowers and chainsaws. This is a pretty dull and pathetic job. I wished more than once for something interesting to happen, but something happened last night, and I did not mean that kind of interesting. It was late around 11 in the night. I was in my office just sitting there and pouring myself out. I tried everything to make the boredom go away, played video games on my phone. Hell, I even went to the bathroom when I didn't need to. The night was silent and there were no calls coming in, which was kind of a miracle since the store is pretty big and people are dumb. As I was sitting there thinking of another dumb thing to do, a familiar yet very annoying sound of the phone rang through the room. I sighed, looked at the phone, and really thought about hanging myself with a cord of it. I picked up, and from here on, a transcription of the call is written. I didn't mishear anything. All is recorded and reported to the police. Me. Hello, this is customer support. How can I help you? Hello, mister. I noticed this was a child speaking, and I knew that something was not okay. Hey, buddy, are you okay? Can I do anything for you? Now my voice was higher pitched, and my ears were carefully listening to him. My name is Billy, and one of your products isn't working properly for me. Me. Well, that can happen, friend. Can you tell me which products? Here, I innocently thought things were fine. Well, it's that thing you put on your wounds so they can heal quickly. I can't remember the name. It goes along names of Hand-Aid or something. Oh, you mean a Band-Aid. Well, if the cut or the wound is deeper, it may need some time to heal. I was chuckling now and felt actually happy for the first time tonight. Oh, that explains why my friend Josh is not getting up. The cut is really deep. Sorry to bother you. Bye-bye. Now, the feeling of happiness was gone, and I was scared. Whoa, Billy, wait there. What happened to your friend? It's not your fault, I swear, mister. He sounded like he was going to cry. I know it isn't, buddy. Just tell me what happened. My friend and I were playing in the living room. My mom and dad are out on a date. Gross. Anyway, we were playing and we heard a knock on our door. I didn't want to open the door, but Josh said it was okay, that it was his friend from the internet. I thought it would be a kid on the other side, but when Josh opened the door, an older man was standing there. He introduced himself as the person from the internet, and I knew something was wrong. He took Josh to the bathroom to show him something, but he came back with him some time later and left the house. I thought Josh would come out soon, but when I went there, he was on his back with his eyes closed. There was a cut on his neck, so I took a Band-Aid and tried to help him. Since he wasn't getting any better, I called your number since it said to call if the product doesn't work properly. Holy fucking shit. Okay, Billy, I need you to leave the house and tell me your address. I will call the cops for you. They will be there soon. Okay, mister. It is... I then called the cops and told them there was a murder on the given address and that a kid was alone there. I gave them my name and explained the situation. I stayed on the phone with Billy and the dispatcher at the same time. I was talking to the dispatcher and I didn't notice that the call with Billy ended, but that was only because the officers ended the call. They went inside and found Josh on the bathroom floor in a pool of blood. His throat was slashed, and I later found out that there were signs of molestation. Last night, my sleep was cut short by a phone call that came from an unknown number. The ringing of the phone woke me up. I scrambled to the phone and looked at the time. It was 3:05 in the morning. I looked down at the blindingly bright screen of my smartphone. The call was coming from an unknown number. My decision was not the best one at the time, since I was still under the influence of sleep. I decided to pick up, and I really shouldn't have. Hello? Who is this? Hi, miss. My name is Stacy. This caught me off guard. The person was a small child, judging by the voice. I sobered up in a second and perked up my ears. Hi, Stacy, honey, are you okay? Why are you calling me? He said I can't talk to anyone, or I would be punished badly. Her voice sounded shaken up. She was crying. Honey, who told you that? Your dad? No, the man that took me to this house and said that this was my new house and that my parents gave me to him. I haven't seen my dad in a year, and I think he's lying. He never lets me go out of the basement. I knew she was kidnapped, but I tried to remain calm, not to frighten her anymore already. I took my other phone and dialed 911. The dispatcher picked up in a second, and I just said the word listen. I put the other phone next to the microphone and continued to talk to Stacy. Honey, can you tell me, how did you get a phone? There was a long silence on the other line. Then she spoke up. He tossed me a phone today and told me I can play games. But I was fiddling with it and I opened the contacts. Your number was the only one in there. Okay, can you tell me your last name and your parents' number? My last name is... I don't really remember my dad's phone number, but I know 3 numbers. They are... Hope that helps. Okay, I will see what I can do. Just stay on the line with me. The police will be there soon. I was not sure of this. I was hoping the dispatcher traced the call somehow, since I told him the number. As I was thinking, Stacy's voice came through, now even more scared. He's coming down! I can hear him thudding, and it's getting closer! You're gonna be alright, honey. A loud bang filled the room, and Stacy started crying. Then, on top of all the screaming, I heard this demonic voice saying, "You little bitch!" The voice was deep and unholy. It sounded like there was blood rushing out of his mouth as he spoke, hence the gurgling. There was some sort of commotion and then silence. I heard the police sirens wailing. Officers entered the house and screamed bloody murder. I dropped the phone and started to talk to the dispatcher. She said the house was empty, but there was blood everywhere, followed by pentagrams. The basement of the house was completely torn apart, and there was no sign of Stacy, only a phone, the one she spoke to me on. Officers visited my house and told me everything, how they will call me if anything happens. Also, they found Stacy's parents. She's been missing a year, after she was taken from her bedroom in the middle of the night. No evidence of any intruders were found, but she was gone. On top of all of this, one thing worries me. Why did the abductor have my phone number on his phone? And why was I the only one?